Today is Wednesday 26, and this is 5 a.m. Savers and Wellness Club. Every day we have a podcast. Every day we got together to bring the six savers and to get from us the best of what we can offer. We can offer silence, affirmation, meditations. We can also offer writing, reading, all together for more than an hour every day. If you're there, if you understand what we're doing, if you want to be part of what we're doing, this is the moment. Today, the guide master is uh, Steve Robinson. Steve, take it from there.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of 5 a.m. Savers. My name is Steve Robinson. I'll be your host for today. Um, so, what I would like for everybody to do is just stand up, take a good morning stretch. We're going to get our bodies and brain warmed up with a 2-minute warm up exercise before we jump into our savers. All right, let's get the show started. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so follow along. Knees up. Body nice. Heels up. Heels to the roof. Arms in place. High knees. Right, heels to the back. Slightly picking up the pace. Lunges. Squats. All right, loosen up out here. Big arm circle. Hey, hey, hey. Lift that trunk. Lift the body. There we go. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, John. So, everybody, just take a minute, relax, gather yourself, take a sip of your water if you have it. We're about to jump into our savers. So this savers will be morning magic. It's going to be an all-inclusive savers. We're going to hit our silence, our affirmation, our visualization, um, and our scribing all in one. So let's get this pulled up and started.
I'm probably the only person online who shares every single one of my
Yes,
trades
yes.
completely for free.
Here we go.
If you're ready to create your dream life, this is the morning audio track for you. As you may know, in order to shift our reality, first we must shift our focus and we must shift the stories that we've been telling ourselves. So every day, when we start our day, either we focus on the ways in which we are dissatisfied or the lack, or we can rewire our mind to see everything as spectacular, to see ourselves as the luckiest, most abundant, most inspired and motivated person in the world. And when we do, our subconscious mind will be running on a completely different operating system, one where it brings you more magical experiences, opportunities, people, and you will feel like your own brain is working for you instead of against you, and working for you to create your dream life. So without further ado, I'm going to go on a rampage now, and I'm going to speak so much magic, health, abundance, wealth, prosperity, good fortune over us, and let it soak into your mind, play it in the background, allow it to help you to shift the way that you've been feeling, and listen to this every day if you enjoy it for best results. My life is so beautiful. I absolutely love waking up every single day because it's a new day, a new opportunity for me to experience life to the fullest. I'm excited to seize the day today, create magic, experience it to the fullest. I want to smell the fresh air. I want to enjoy the scenery around me. I want to appreciate every little and big thing I have in my life. I want to savor each sweet, delicious moment. The first sip of tea or coffee, my favorite clothes, the sun or rain on my face, fresh drinking water, my favorite song. I'm so excited about all the things that I get to do today. I'm lit up by the idea of bringing happiness not only into my life, but into other people's lives as well. What a sense of purpose I get when I think about how can I help others today? What value can I bring to the world today? I can't wait to shine my light. And I love that shining my light makes this world an even brighter place for everybody to live in. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get up, get dressed, get going, and create magic to make this world an even better place. There's nothing more fulfilling than that. And everything that I do, from smiling at a stranger to doing my best, makes this world even brighter. I feel so incredibly blessed when I just think of some of the many ways in which I am so blessed, in which I am truly lucky. It makes me so grateful. I'm thinking right now about all of the little and big things in my life that I have already that could be easy to take for granted, but I don't want to. I want to feel grateful for every single one of them. It fills my heart with joy when I feel grateful for all of the blessings. I am truly blessed. I have so much to be so deeply thankful for. My heart is radiating with gratitude as I think about all of the ways in which I am so blessed. In fact, really, I have a lucky star shining down on me at all times. Even just to be here, to exist right now, to be able to listen to this, to have the choice, the freedom to be able to listen to this. I am so grateful to be right here in this moment. I love that I can feel confident and I can stand as tall as I like today. I'm going to choose to stand with power in my posture. I choose to radiate confidence. I choose to stand with my heart pressed out, open, ready to receive blessings, and ready to let myself be seen, be heard, and be proud. I love and respect how I look so much. I love and respect my body so much. I'm so grateful that I have this body that carries me through life, that breathes for me on autopilot. Now my heart beats without me even having to think about it. I'm so grateful. Thank you to my digestive system that takes care of everything for me, that consumes what I feed it, digests it, takes the nutrients out of the food, which gives me energy. And therefore I respect my body so much. My body is my temple. This precious, alive vehicle that takes me everywhere. It is so special and important to me. It has never left me. From the day I was born until the day I leave, this body is a loyal servant, here to carry me wherever I want to go. So I'm going to take care of my body today. I'm going to treat my body with so much respect. I'm going to nourish it, hydrate it, care for it. When I moisturize it, I will moisturize it gently, kindly, lovingly. As I wash my body today, I will appreciate it. I will look at it through soft, kind eyes. I will choose to focus on all of its best attributes. I will choose to give myself a break from the self-criticism and comparison, because life feels so much easier when I appreciate the beautiful body that I have right now. I can choose to soften the lens through which I look at myself and my body. I can choose to focus on the best aspects. I can choose to feel good. I can choose to care less. I love and respect my body so much. And the amazing thing about my relationship with money is that there is always more of it. More money always comes. And the more I appreciate the money I have, it's amazing. It's like the more money I appreciate I have, the more money comes to me. And so I get to let go of any tight feelings I've been having around the subject of money, and I get to take deep breaths and feel softer and more neutral and more gentle and more appreciative about money. Money makes me smile. Money makes me happy. Money is easier for me now than it's ever been, and it continues to get easier and easier and easier, and it flows for me naturally. And I'm not scared about spending money. Money can come in and it can also go out, just like breathing. Just like it is the most natural, healthy thing to take inhales in and take exhales out. I always trust that there is more oxygen for me to breathe. And in the same way, I always trust that there is more money for me to receive. There is always more money for me to receive. I love how my money stacks up and grows and grows. And at the same time, I can spend money. I can let some money go while more money always comes in. My money is always increasing and always growing. So all is well. All is really well. I enjoy living in this world where I get to bring value and receive money in return. There is so much of my money all around me, through different offerings, through different people, through different avenues. And I love opening my mind up to thinking about more of the ways that money can quite simply find me and come to me. I love creating things that allows more money to come to me. How much fun is it that I get to play this game and explore different ways, different avenues I can create for more money to flow to me through multiple sources. And how exciting that I can also explore new ways to invest my money, to grow my money, to allow my money to make me more money. What a fun game this is. What a fun, simple game this is. I also love myself so dearly. It's like I'm becoming my own best friend more and more and more. The more I appreciate myself, the more I speak with kindness to myself, the more that I just simply smile at myself in the mirror whenever I catch a glimpse of me. Oh, hey, you. The more I smile at myself, the more I like myself. And the more that I like myself, the more that I can understand why other people would like me too. And the more that I just understand and accept that, yeah, I'm a likable person. There are many things about me that are fun, quirky, unique, beautiful, enriching of other people's lives. The more open I am to letting myself be loved, the more open I am to receiving love. the more open I am to new friendships, the more open I am to interacting with other human beings. And at the same time, the more I have boundaries and standards of how I deserve to be treated. Yes, the finest people can have access to me. The kindest, most thoughtful people can have access to me. I am so grateful that I am attracting the most incredible friendships and relationships into my life. I'm so incredibly grateful that people treat me with kindness because I am also a kind person. I radiate kindness. I say things that are thoughtful and loving and sensitive and understanding and complimentary. I speak love. Love rolls off my tongue. When I think that somebody is beautiful, I tell them. When I appreciate somebody's talents, I compliment them. And because love rolls off my tongue and I spread kindness wherever I go, in turn I also receive kindness. I receive so much kindness every single day. There are so many people who thoughtfully think of me and express their love and give me gifts and let me know that they appreciate me. I love having friends and relationships in my life who I can trust, people who are loyal, people who have my back. I feel so safe in these friendships and relationships, and I look forward to attracting even more like-minded, open-minded people into my life. People who just get me. People who accept who I am today, this version of me, this new version of me. New friends who resonate and align with new me. It's so wonderful to have so many like-minded people in my life, more than ever before. My life is filled with so much joy, so many blessings, so much fun and adventure, so much health and prosperity. So much fun. I get to play today. Yes, I have my responsibilities and to-do lists, and I'm excited to tick those things off and feel accomplished and make progress and move my life forwards. And at the same time, I'm excited to play in all of those other micro moments of the day. I'm excited to express myself creatively. I'm excited to laugh and find ways to feel joyful, because life is all about fun and adventure. And I know that the more fun and adventure I squeeze into my day through the little and big things that I do, the happier a life I live. Life, after all, is made up of all of these moments. And I choose to create a life that feels fun and happy so that I can look back on these moments that I'm choosing intentionally and remember, yes, I lived a truly happy life. And from now onwards, I choose to live a truly happy, blessed, rich, and abundant life. And what's so exciting is that the more that I continue to tell myself this story, which is absolutely true, by the way, I'm just choosing it. The more that I choose this story, the more true it feels, and the more evidence I see. And the more that I focus on stories of optimism, stories of how everything works out so fantastically for me, the easier it is to see things flowing to me in absolute abundance. My life feels magical because I say that it is magical, and I focus on ways in which it is magical. So my life is magical. My life is so truly special, magical. I have a smile on my face right now, and I'm loving being alive in this moment right now. I am so happy to be here right now. And I'm so excited to seize this day and go live it and experience it and breathe in the air with a big smile across my face and live it to the fullest. That is the version of me who attracts and manifests their dream life, because the more I focus, the more I create, one way or another. So I'm going to choose to continue to focus in this magnificently positive, abundant way. And that is how I am creating my dream life. And so it is.
All right. Thank you, guys. Hope something from that message resonated with each and every one of you this morning. So, with that being done, we're going to move right along to our scribing. And before we start describing, just take 30 seconds, close your eyes, and clear your mind. So, with that, the question today is, what is one decision you need to make today? I repeat, what is one decision you need to make today? Let's take a couple minutes to go ahead and write our answers down.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're probably tracking your mileage and expenses wrong. Let me tell you why. Let me introduce
we will jump into journaling. All right, so I will begin. If you still need more time to write, go ahead and do so. One decision I need to make today is to follow through with bettering myself spiritually and mentally. I will achieve this by rededicating myself to God's word and attending church and Bible study more frequently. All right. Let's see as I see it. Candido, what do you have, my friend?
Yes,
One
good morning.
decision.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, yeah.
The decision that I need to make today is keep doing my fasting, even how I feel, and decide keep growing every day with this group. That's the two decisions I need to make.
Okay, thank you. That's a great decision. Thank you, sir. Victor, Mr. Cantano, what do you have, my friend?
Good morning, my brother. I will keep you in prayer for abundance in that area of your life.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So a decision that I need to make today, I need to start tracking all of my calories through the app that Andy gave me, and I need to shoot for each target. I need to also I need to also take my training to another level. While I have made tremendous strides to get to where I am now, there is significant work to be done yet. So let's go get it.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Rosara, Bonita, what do you have?
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It says, okay, the one decision that I have to make is to take better care of my body, which include cultivating healthy habits, like finding activities that I enjoy to exercise, finding many ways, additional ways to handle the stress, since life is full of stress and disappointments. And don't overlook my emotional well-being and set aside some time for my self-care and to reach out to loved ones and friends.
Awesome. Yeah, self-care is important for everybody. Yeah. My wife told me that it's just not for women. Men also have to indulge in self-care too. So very important. Henry, what's up, bro?
Good morning. Good morning, man.
Good morning.
All right, so I wrote down today I decided to aim for a paradigm shift. So I want to focus on that today with everyone that I have an actual conversation with. Today I'm going to seek to understand first and to be understood second. And I'm going to play the game of curiosity, imagination, just asking questions and growing with wisdom. And I'm going to do this by maintaining strong with my personal views and by practicing the natural universal law of mentalism. So just going through the paradigm shifts of meeting people and seeing how they see the universe.
I like that, Henry. I like that a lot. That's a one way to change the world right there, my friend. All right. Greg, what you got, brother?
Great morning. Today, I'm going to make a decision to rebrand myself to be the best me and to let everyone know what I can do, how I can help, and how it can help them have a better life too. So just start with myself.
Okay. Thank you, Greg. That was great. I know that won't be hard for you. You're a very intelligent man, very well spoken, brother. I appreciate that. Lawrence, what you got, bro?
Good morning. I am going to work on today reviewing contracts at work through some new different providers I'm working with. and working with our legal counsel to make sure my company is protected, and I am as well. So that's what I'm working on today.
Yeah, very important. Very important. Yes. Make sure you and your company is protected. That is very important, paramount. Thank you, sir. Martha, good morning. What are you deciding to do today, lovely?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Fine, fine. Today I continue to clean, throw out, away many things. I am accumulating a lot of clothes, and I'm so happy because my environment in my house changed finally. But I continue to do this. I got guests today in my house. They help you me a lot. Give me motivation for doing the thing. Really, uh, I don't know. Maybe I am so lazy, but I I I continue to do it. And my healthy is my really, I take care of myself, and I have to make some appointment. Um, and I find I do my best I can and take care of myself and be good. Thank
Thank you. Thank you. I love it.
you. Have a great
Yeah,
day.
you
And
too.
also, I fasting. I fasting too with a group. Uh, Yesterday I am so hungry. Uh, and today I I have to be more careful to take the meal on time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Andy, Mr. Jimenez, what you got, brother?
Good morning, Gregory. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you, Andy.
Okay. All right. The decision I need to make is to demonstrate the love of Christ in all that I do, and that it is evident in my actions, in my character, in my work, and is demonstrated through patience, self-control, empathy, and compassion to people. I want to be able to demonstrate that, and that it's evident, that it shows fruit in my life.
Amen, brother. I love how you always find a way to implement Christ, in your message, in your life, everything that you do. So I love it. Thank you. All right, Dr. Pina.
Yeah. Go with my wife to the gym at 6:30, 5-7 days a week. Just make it happen and be the first to get ready to be there. All right.
Yeah. All right. Hey, that's a great decision. She'll love you for it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And with that, Victor, I'll turn it over to you for the reading.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Nice job today, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Víctor.
I go by that name depending on who's looking for me.
Listen, good morning,
Good morning.
sweetheart, beautiful, smart. Um, could you please put the letters, I can reading, follow the reading and the book.
So let's see. Um, I don't think. Let's see. I know that I have the Kindle version, but I don't know how to put the sound on it. And let's see. Then I only have the audio that we've been using. Hold on. Let me see if I can break that. Let me see. Books. Well, first of all, let me make myself. Okay, I got the broadcast going. That's good. Let's see. So right here.
I'm waiting for my
Right
book
there.
tomorrow. My book coming tomorrow. Finally. Yes.
Let's see what I can do here. I'm gonna give this a shot for you, okay? Let's see.
Thank you.
Let's see, that's the audio book. Let's see. Let's see. It does seem that I have this in my library. So let's see. Read. Okay. Now this is the thing. I don't think that I know how to make this a sound. I don't think I've ever had this read out loud to me. Let's see.
No, you go on up and play the audio, and then you
Yep.
come back and show the book.
Uh-huh.
You used to play the audio, and then you come back and play and find the page of the book.
See, that's why you make the big bucks, Dr. Pina.
Yeah.
That's why you're the boss.
I've done it, so I've experienced.
All right, so let's see. So let me try to put this all together now. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I might not be able to do that because it's the same app.
No, you can do it. So I use the same.
Okay.
So go to the. Let me see where we are. We are into the New Insight Paradigms and Principle by Sean Covey. When his son is gonna speak about his insights. Go to New Insights.
Hold on. See, the thing is that I have the. So, all right, let me just. How do I get out of this now? Okay, so close that. We're gonna go to.
Go to the audio in your library.
Yep.
Click.
So like right now we are just finishing track 4, and I don't know exactly what chapter. So is
No,
it
click it. Just click the audio.
Yep.
Immediate payoffs
Okay, so
that
stop
will
there.
be encouraging
Stop
to
it.
you.
And then go to the book now. So you have to take it down somehow. Exactly. Now you see you have it right there on. You can click at any moment. So go to the book.
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
Got you. So read. Uh-huh.
Exactly. So now in the read, go read the book and go to New Insights of the Paradigms and Principle.
What page is that? Do you know?
It's not gonna be the same. It's 111. Go. I will let you know. Go ahead.
Dag, we've gotten that
Go
far.
easy. Come back. No, continue. Go. Continue. Okay. Continue. All right there. New Insights and Paradigms and Principles by Sean Covey. Now you have it. Go to and click the audio. So leave it there, and then put it down. You have to put.
I don't think this lets.
Yeah. To the little click like the X to the right up.
Just click that. Just turn that off.
Click that. Yeah, right there, and go do click the chapter. Click the audio. Click the audio.
In the words of Thomas Paine,
exactly.
That which we obtain too easily, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only which gives everything its value.
So right now it's reading above.
Heaven knows how to put a proper price on its goods.
We got it now. We got it. Let's go now.
New Insights on Paradigms and
We're in the black bold area now, okay? Good.
Okay.
When my son Nathan was young, he struggled with social anxiety. Consequently, he missed a lot of school during his early elementary years. I remember trying to get him out of the car one morning when he was a first grader. I had to pry his fingers one by one off the car seat and hand him to the principal. The principal, who had come out of the school to meet me in the parking lot, threw Nathan over his shoulder and carried him into the school, while Nathan was slugging him in the back. I got in my car and cried. In second grade, I persuaded Nathan to play baseball. When we arrived at the first practice and he saw the other players and the coach, he got so frightened that he flopped on the ground and played dead, inspired by books we'd read about surviving bear attacks. I tried to get him off the grass, but he wouldn't move. The coach tried to persuade him, but he didn't make a sound. He played dead the entire practice. Another time, while attending a football game, Nathan was being loud and kept kicking the seat in front of him. I noticed people staring. In desperation, I squeezed Nathan's arm, and I said sharply, "Just stop it." At that moment, I felt ashamed of my reaction. I was embarrassed about my anger and tone of voice because I was so harshly judging this innocent little boy. It was as if my conscience said to me, "How dare you judge Nathan like that? Do you know who this boy is? This is a remarkable boy with unlimited potential. You have no right to treat him or think of him disapprovingly. Just you wait and see who he becomes." This epiphany was so unexpected, so profound, that it impacted me for the next several days. Later, I told my wife about the experience and how I had had a complete paradigm shift towards Nathan. There was a special boy under all that anxiety. We just needed to be patient with him, believe in him, and allow him to develop at his own pace. Slowly, Nathan began to change. A big breakthrough came in fourth grade when he was asked to speak at a school event on Habit 5. He came home and said, "Dad, please call the school and tell them that I'm not speaking. I know they only asked me because you're the 7 Habits guy." For a moment, I thought that maybe I should call the school because he might play dead when he got up to speak. But then I reassessed and thought, no, Nathan can do this. A couple of weeks later, Nathan stood in front of 200 people and gave a great speech that he'd written himself. He almost fainted during the speech, but had the courage to pull it off. His confidence grew tremendously that day, and he began looking for other speaking opportunities. Believe it or not, by the time Nathan got to high school, he was one of the most outgoing, talkative, and confident kids you'd ever meet. Nathan's weakness became his strength. And because he went through so many challenges as a kid, he now goes out of his way with love and compassion to help others who are struggling. Once my wife and I saw Nathan's potential, we treated him differently, and it made all the difference. That's the power of a paradigm shift. See, do, get. My father used to say, You don't get it. No one gets it. Paradigms are everything. We don't talk about them enough. If you want to make minor improvements, change your behavior. But if you want to make quantum improvements, change your paradigm. At Franklin Covey, after training millions of people in thousands of organizations, we've learned how true this is. What you see determines what you do, and what you do determines what you get. We've discovered that when people, teams, and organizations solely work on the do, the behaviors, they never get the results they seek. To get great results, you must first work on the see, the paradigms. New behaviors don't stick unless you see differently. My father felt as strongly about principles as he did paradigms, and promised us that if we lived by principles, we would always prosper over the long haul. Each of the 7 habits, for example, is based on a few key principles and paradigms, which I will highlight after each habit. The 7 habits are an organizing model or a way of thinking that can help you reach your goals and solve your problems better and faster. In the PDF files that come with this program, there's a numbers game that illustrates this concept. It's called Find the Numbers. I recommend you give it a try at your earliest opportunity. Believe me, once you have this model in your head, you will never be the same. It provides a pattern for creating a life of meaning and contribution. When you have the PDF file open, take a look also at the one titled Tree Diagram. Earlier, you heard my father dividing the 7 habits into private victories, habits 1, 2, and 3, and public victories, habits 4, 5, and 6. I like the tree diagram because it shows that the private victory habits are in the ground, signifying that they're personal and nobody sees them. The public victory habits are above ground, on display for everyone to see. And habit 7, the habit of renewal, is near the sun and rain, which represents our need for constant nourishment. With the 7 habits, sequence matters. Over 30 years ago, when my dad was wrapping up the initial writing of this book, he told his staff, to their dismay, that he needed to start all over. He realized he had understated the importance of the sequence of the habits and needed to rewrite the book from that paradigm. The 7 habits are an inside-out approach, you see. We have to win the private victory, habits 1, 2, and 3, before we can win the public victory, habits 4, 5, and 6. If, for example, you have a bad relationship with your boss, instead of trying to think win-win with her, you first need to examine yourself and identify what you may be doing wrong. Maybe you have bad motives or a hidden agenda. Anytime I have a relationship problem, my experience is that 4 out of 5 times it's me, not them. And the key to fixing the problem is getting myself right first. It's inside out. Private victories always precede public victories. In addition to knowing the importance of sequence, another great way to learn about the habits is to understand what they're not, or what I call the 7 habits of highly ineffective people. Here they are. Habit 1. React. Blame all your problems on your lousy boss, your parents, your genes, your spouse, your partner, your ex, the economy, the government, or something else. Be a victim. Take no responsibility for your life. If you're hungry, eat. If you're angry, yell. If someone said something rude to you, be rude back. React. Habit 2. Begin with squat in mind. Don't plan ahead, don't set goals, and don't worry about the consequences of your actions. Go with the flow. Live for the moment and party on, dude, for tomorrow you may die. Habit 3. Put first things last. Procrastinate. Do the urgent things first, like answering every ring, bling, and beep that comes your way. You'll get to the important stuff later. Don't worry about strengthening your relationships. They'll always be there. And why exercise? You still have your health. Just make sure you spend sufficient time each day watching YouTube. Habit 4. Think, win, lose. See life as a vicious competition. Everyone's out to get you, so you'd better get them first. Don't let others succeed because remember, if they win, you lose. If it looks like you're going to lose, however, make sure you drag that sucker down with you. Habit 5. Seek first to talk, then pretend to listen. You were born with a mouth, so use it. Talk a lot. Make sure everyone understands your views first. Then, if you must, pretend to listen by saying, uh-huh, while daydreaming about what you want for lunch. Or, if you really want their opinion, give it to them. Habit 6. Be an island. Let's face it, other people are weird because they're different from you. So why try to get along with them? Teamwork is overrated. Cooperation slows everything down, so bag it. Since you always have the best ideas, you're better off just doing things by yourself. Be your own special island. Habit 7. Burn yourself out. Be too busy driving to take time to get gas. Be too busy living to take time to recharge and renew. Don't learn new things. Avoid exercise like the plague. And for heaven's sake, stay away from good books, nature, art, music, or anything else that may inspire you. Burn, baby, burn. Clearly, these are not the habits we are after, but too often we practice them because they represent the course of least resistance, me included. In summary, I hope the 7 habits give you an unforgettable framework to help you navigate and become a more effective person at home and at work. I hope you'll remember that private victories precede public victories, and I hope you'll challenge and upgrade some of your paradigms. My father was often asked, which is the most important habit? According to my siblings and me, he at one time or another said that every habit was the most important one. Habit 2, he'd pontificate, is the most important habit because if you don't have a vision for your life, you have nothing. Or he'd say, Habit 6 is the ultimate habit because when you practice all the other habits, you arrive at synergy. Or, the most important habit of all by far is Habit 1 because until you decide you're in charge, you can't practice any of the other habits. We kids always got a kick out of this. From my perspective, I'd say that the most important habit is the one you're having the most difficult time living. Good luck.
Part 2. Private Victory.
Should I stop it there?
Habit 1.
Yeah.
Be proactive. Principles of Personal Vision. Henry David Thoreau once said, I know of no more encouraging fact than the unquestionable ability of man to elevate his life by conscious endeavor. As you read this book,
Let me be like the Black Panther and relinquish my power. All right. I have relinquished power, sir. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Dr. Peña, for putting the letters. It's so good.
Did you order your book?
Yeah, I order. Tomorrow coming.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. This book is not amazing because it's you have to put it in practice right away. It's like the length that you are reading and it's practic. It's no joke. No, the another book is no joke also, but this is more stronger to you be aware que do it like now. You say you have to do it. You are the only one to change your life. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, you all anyone that could change your life. This chapter, spoke. I think is more about insight. Well, for me, the insight to recognize when you need to have a paradigm shift, just like the author said. his child was kicking a seat at a ball game and was being boisterous and loud. And in that moment, he got frustrated and grabbed him and reprimanded him. But he felt convicted about it, and he felt that wasn't warranted, it wasn't needed. So in that moment, he had that paradigm shift, and he had enough insight to see that his child just needed redirection and needed a different platform for him to shine, and that came through speaking. So we often need to have that insight to see things from another perspective, fresh set of eyes. Let's see. Rosario, you got anything you want to add?
Okay, again, good morning. What I work is like, as Henry says, a paradigm shift. This is help us to reflect and the potential pitfalls that can happen when we practice the opposite of the highly effective people. We lack of initiative, we have no clear purpose, we are disorganized. So what we see the pitfall is limited growth. So this part of the book is like for you to reflect. What are you doing as opposed to what you should be doing? And where are you heading to? Without goals, without a plan, what happened next? You're heading down the road of the of limited success.
That was perfectly put. Thank you. Candido, what did you get from it? Unmute. Unmute, Candido. Still muted, brother. Still muted.
I don't excuse myself because I don't have the book, but in the reading, I just write some part of the book that I could like. When they says that not and weakness began with his strength. See, so when you change the paradigm, your weakness come to your strength because of the change that you have.
Okay.
And another thing is, want to improve and change your paradise. And this is one is powerful than says, live by principles. The people who live by principle always prosper. So I like that, and I am completely coherent with this one. So, and it's gonna be difficult for me to get the book because I am in Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And I was trying to get the book, and over here I can't find it, and I have to get the way to search how Amazon or eBay can shipping the book over here. Tomorrow I'm gonna start searching how I can do that, but I don't have the book yet.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that, Candido. Yeah. Very good. We do have to hear strong with our witnesses. So I appreciate that. All right, Henry, go ahead, brother. What you got?
Hey guys, talk about legacy, right? We have the son writing an extra bio with the book that his dad written. I think that's freaking amazing. It's genius. I'll put in the chat the 7 habits of the tree. I found that fascinating because it kind of broke down the ones that you do yourself, which nobody sees, which is habit 1 through 3, which is be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and put first things first. And then the middle, right, where people do get to see these things, right? They play well with others, which is habit 4, think win-win. Everyone can win. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Listen before you talk. And habit 6, synergize. Together is better. All right. And then habit 7 is in the top, right? It's like, it's once you, it just all comes together, right? Sharpen the saw, you help others, you balance, the balance feel best. So there was a part where it said, the most important habit is the one that you have the most difficult time living. And that made me think. I'm like, oh snap, that's deep. And then I started looking at the tree, and I'm like, all right, which one of these habits, is the one that I'm having the most difficult time living? So that's what I was doing now, and I guess we could kind of talk about that too if there's time. But for me, I put habit 3 for now. I put first things first. So work first, play later. And the way that the author, the son, kind of said the opposite previously, when he was like, um, you put first things last and we procrastinate, it put things into perspective. Excuse me. So I'm like, okay, wow, I see what he means by putting first things first, losing my voice. But yeah, that's what I got.
Appreciate that. Thank you. I think those 7 bad habits. I think we all might be guilty of those at a time or two. So being cognizant of that and living the trying to get away from that and living the best habits, the 7 good habits. It's good that you recognize that and very good insight. Appreciate that, brother. Brother Greg, what you see from this chapter?
I love this chapter, and I wrote here as a reminder myself, a paradigm is a way of thinking or a framework of belief, assumptions, and concepts that shape how we understand and approach something or problem. And I just love the reflection in the chapter around paradigm shifts. When enough evidence challenges an existing paradigm, you can have a paradigm shift, and that could lead to new ways. So even though we may have some habits that need to be changed, that when you have enough implanted, change can happen. So thank you, brother, for referencing the tree, Henry, for referencing the tree. So it doesn't matter where you are, but you could have a paradigm shift, and great references to his son of a paradigm shift. And that's just important to know. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Victor, Hermano, what you got?
So, I also was thinking about, the importance of paradigm shifts. And I'm actually going to cite something that probably goes more hand in hand with the previous book. It kind of combines the two. Um, we were studying, geniuses, and I think in the genius book, right, we got a lot into the arts. We studied, it sharpened my affinity for like artwork, right? And you know, 2 days ago, I was told after sitting at this job now for like 4 months that I was an angel for doing all this work that I've done for the school, right? And that thank you for stepping in and doing all this stuff. But we're gonna go with 3 other candidates, right, to to fill this interim position. So at this point, I'll be out of a job whenever they hire whoever they're going to hire next, right? And I just kind of left there with a couple of things, right? Because I was thinking about also the whole blame thing. Apparently, I didn't rank very high with these board members, and I haven't had enough communication with them to to really feel like they could rank me. And they interviewed the other candidates, and they didn't really interview me. They just saw me on the job. And so one side of me wants to kind of be like, well, it's not me, it's not them, right? But I just keep thinking that like this is now a couple of jobs where I'm thinking that like something is not working between me and these board members, you know, and you heard me early on in the year where I was saying I gotta learn to deal with these kind of people, right? So rather than sit here and like blame, you know, these board members who I do think are crazy, I do think it's them and not me, but you know, um, when you start finding commonalities between things and the common denominator or factor is me, then I got to kind of look at myself and see what I need to do different so that that doesn't continue to be the common denominator. And the last thing that I'll say about that is that I was grateful that this happened just before I had my session with Dr. Pina, so I kind of got to like um you know, vent about it, and you know, and I kind of like felt good about you know, about myself after that meeting, right? But of course, you know, you wake up in the morning and you just like it just hits you hard, you know, like wow, you know, now all the balls in the air have fallen, and like now what, right? And you know, you got to keep grinding, you got to keep applying, you got to keep doing this, and it just adds to the message of perseverance. And now, as it relates to the other book, so I got this message. I mean, you know how faithful I am, right? I got a message from someone I hadn't heard from in months, weeks, who knows? And it was just random. It was like, Victor, I was thinking of you this morning, and you know, he doesn't know my situation. He doesn't know I'm out of a job. He doesn't, you know, he knows nothing. You know, he just, you know, whatever was on his heart, he reached out to me, and he sent me this video of a pastor preaching about a painting at the Louvre. Right, the painting, Dr. Pina might know it very well. It's, you know, because I know he loves the Louvre, and I don't know who the author is, but the painting is called Checkmate. Right, and I had a checkmate moment because it was just like, holy crap, what am I gonna do? Right, like, you know, I've been preparing myself mentally for this, right? But I haven't exactly, um, you know, I didn't really, you know, I didn't really think that like after sitting and doing a good job, which I am doing, right, that you know I could really be out of this, and so I felt like I had no more moves left, and so thank you, Dr. Pete, for putting this up. So a couple of so basically this painting, right, is basically someone playing chess against the devil, and you see the devil is kind of like sitting there like ha ha ha, I got you, right, and the person on the right, you know, has lost. So this is like um you know, showing, you know, how the devil you know, beat this soul, and you can see that the angel sitting there like, wow, I can't believe you lost, right? And um and so um a couple of champion painters, champion chess players came to see this painting, right? As a part of a tour for a chess tournament. And you know, the name of of this painting is Checkmate because this is showing the game is over. And the most champion of those champions sat there just looking harder at this painting, and everyone just couldn't understand why he was looking at it. And he said, "Well, I've got something to tell you about this painting. I have a problem with it. Either we have to change the picture, or we have to change the name of the painting." Because the king still has one more move. It's not actually checkmate, right? And as this relates to me, and I'm sorry to be so long winded, right? It just reminds me that I always have one more move, right? It just changed my whole paradigm, right? Because um, here it is, a painting that everyone has accepted, even by its name. Checkmate. That's game over. It's done. There's nowhere to turn. You know, you know, I play a lot of chess, so when that thing says checkmate, that means that there's no more moves to make. And yet here, someone who just looked at this a little more carefully, right, found that there was one more move to make. And I think that the reason I'm sharing this with you is also to inspire you, right? The dead end is never really the dead end. There's always a hole to crawl through that wall, right? Like, we have to shift our our paradigm so that we are always, forward thinking, solution oriented, and just trying to crawl our way even through the most deepest challenges.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. I love listening to you speak, because it's always a light at the end of the tunnel with you. And you do have one more move. I feel it. It's right around the corner for you. I'm always praying for you, and I know you're going to get it done. Thank you.
That light looks like a
Lawrence,
candle, but it's there.
it's there. Lawrence, what do you have, brother?
Victor, you're amazing. So I just, I'm blown away when I hear you talk. Just all this, the stuff you've been through. I'll keep it PG instead of R-rated. Just you keep on persevering. So that's what you have to do. I'm also working with a guy who I know. He was let go from his job, and it's been since last April. And I literally talk to this guy every day. And he's this close to getting a new job. And I'm trying to get him to work with the new company that I'm going to work with possibly. But we're not even sure that's going to happen. So he's got like 3 other interviews set up for the next day. Or like the next couple days. So, but it's been hard. And just like you, he's just a great person. He's personable. He has great work ethic. But it hasn't clicked. It hasn't been the right fit. So, and I've just tried to encourage him, keep on going, because I know I went through the same thing when I was and I looked for a long time. It took me like 7 months to find the right thing. So, and I put in the link before. There was another book that Stephen Covey had written at one point called First Things First. So he talks about doing the big important things that you have to do. So that's, I guess, I don't remember which step that is. It's one of the steps. I think maybe that's the 3rd step. So that's sometimes hard to do, is figure out what those important things are. But you can't, if you're just focusing on the little minutiae, the little day-to-day stuff, you're missing the big picture. And there's a whole book about that he wrote. So that's something I'm going through now with one of the companies I work with too. They don't really do preventive maintenance at all. So what happens is that something breaks, and I'm like, well, it's like if you're driving a car and you never change the oil. You don't ever do the routine maintenance. You don't check the air in the tires. You don't change the oil. You just drive. It would be like driving your car and just expecting it's going to keep working without doing anything. You can't do that. The car is going to fall apart. The engine's going to seize up. Something's going to happen. So the way that this company approaches things is that, oh, well, when it breaks, we'll come fix it. So now it's a disaster, because I have a place in Colorado where it keeps breaking because they don't do anything routine to check on stuff. So now it's in a crisis mode. I got people are upset. It's not working. It keeps breaking. And now we're going through this. So that's one of the things I'm working on, is to be more proactive instead of reactive. Because if you're in this reactive phase, you're always just, oh, well, that broke. Okay, let's go fix it. Okay. You're not approaching it. And I guess this is one of the other concepts he talks about. You can't do that if you're a farmer. You can't rush around and, try and get it all done to get the harvest in. You got to plant when you have to plant. You have to weed the farm when you have to do the weeding. You have to keep up and doing it for the whole season. You can't just rush around at the very last moment and expect, oh, now I'm going to have everything's working properly on the farm. It's constant work. So that's my take on today. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you, Lawrence.
Lawrence. I really appreciate that and your insights. I just wanted to add one more thing. You know, another paradigm shift is like usually I'm the one helping, right? I'm the one that my family members come to. I'm the one that my friends come to. I'm the ones that my colleagues come to. And you know, yesterday my wife made a very interesting observation, right? You know, because she obviously gets to see all that I pour out and all that I give and do, and she's always just like, "Why are you so helpful? Like, why, you know, like no one's, you know, no one's ever gonna be there on the other end for you, right?" And you know, that hasn't really been the case, right? Like, people have been reaching out and helping me through my journey now, in ways that I couldn't imagine, like God, I don't know how many more ways Andy could help me, right? You know, like yesterday he plugged me to his daughter who was a senior recruiter. She already tore up my LinkedIn profile and I fixed it. You know, I've got my nephews and nieces who I've helped like all their life, kind of like listen, you know, you know, if our family, if you go down, our family's gonna go down. So, you know, what do I gotta do? Do I gotta like give you the $1,000 that I have? I'm like, look, you know, I hope it never comes to that kind of thing, right? But it's like I'm seeing like you know, someone's helping me train for the marathon, someone's you know, helping me apply for jobs, and you know, and this is, you know, and I'm keeping it relevant to the book here. This is a real paradigm shift for me because I'm not used to receiving. I'm really not. I'm just so used to like giving and giving and giving and giving and never getting, and it's just like, you know, I don't even know what to do. Like, in fact, you know, up until yesterday, right, and maybe this was a godsend, my LinkedIn profile was only open to, you know, to recruiters to see that I was looking for work. I've got 1,500 people in my LinkedIn profile, and I was limited to people who don't even know me, right? And I don't know what made me do that, but a part of it was I didn't want people to see that I was looking for work, right? I didn't want people to see, like, oh my God, again, this dude looking for a job, right? And I don't know why I did that. I probably like blocked myself off for the last like 3 or 4 months, from like maybe someone like you, Steve, right? Seeing that and being like, oh, I know someone who's looking for a CFO. Let me help Vic out, right? And so it's a paradigm shift for me, you know, to now be on the receiving end. And, you know, I'm usually the quarterback throwing the ball to someone. Now I got to go out and catch passes, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, I totally get it. It's hard to try to, you know, depend on people when you're the one that people always depend on. So I get it. You know, I've been in that spot, and it was, you know, kind of hard for me to accept help. That's one of the things Dr. Penn helped me with, was accepting help from others. Like I was the guy that would get out there and just let me do it myself. Let me find a way to do this myself. Let me get it done myself. You know, you know, if it's not done this way, a certain way, you know, I just don't need the help. But yeah, that phrase, "it takes a village," is very true. So, you know, I know everything's going to be on the up and up for you, and something's going to land, and we're going to be celebrating very soon. I feel it. All right, Andy, what do you have, my friend?
All right. You hear me, Steve?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So let's see here. There was a quote in the book that stood out to me, and the quote says, "That which we obtain too easily, we esteem too lightly. It is dearness only which gives everything its value. Heaven knows how to put a proper price on its goods." And what I got from that is that, you know, we need to embrace the obstacles and the things that we go through, because through those things, God tests us and helps us learn. And sometimes, we want to be more loving, or we want to be better with our finances. And through the difficulties and through the obstacles, that's where we learn our lessons. Like, for example, you have people in terms of money, like maybe they have hit the lottery and they've gotten the millions of dollars really easily. And how reckless a person can be who hasn't had to work hard for that money or have to go through the obstacles. They lose it very quickly, as opposed to the person who has to wrestle and work hard and go through all these different things to earn that money. They appreciate it more. They've learned a lot of lessons. They know how to keep it. And so what I got from that is that I need to embrace when difficulties come. I need to embrace it and see that God is trying to teach me something and see where the lesson is. And through that, that's how we can grow. Sometimes I don't like in terms of working out, sometimes, lifting some weights or running that, that extra mile when you just want to give up. But when you push through it, you grow. And so learning to love obstacles and then the challenges so that we can grow and know that that's God trying to teach us something and help us through it.
Amen, brother. Yeah. Something that stuck out with me, what you said, is pushing that extra mile, and when you don't think you can do it. So just like you said, through training, our muscles and our body only grows to when we push our bodies to failure. So just like in life, we have to experience failures to grow from it. So, that's very well put, very eloquent. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Steve.
Yeah. And Dr. Pina, we're going to give you the last word, my friend.
Thank you. So, as you know, I was studying this book for a long time. And the one that I'm mastering now, I got a quote where Shane Covey, his son, the most important habits is the one you're having the most difficult time living, like Henry pointed out in page 122nd. And I had a hard time living number 6, so which is synergized, because I made the public victory kind of my family victory until 2 years ago that I met Dr. Hamid, and then he made real what it means to have a public victory and then synergize. And he's very focused on creating group. Part of his teaching and his inspiration is that we are here together. So I allow myself to go, oh, it's only my wife, my kids, people around me, and I'm gonna do myself. And I was in this bubble for like 10 years. I needed to do that, because I was broke 10 years ago, before 13 years ago, and then everything's changed. So it was like a focus on me, things like that. But I have very much time working with Synergize number 6. I've been good in most of the 7 habits, especially the 7. That's why I ride the marathon, now going to the gym with my wife, things like that, just to, I do the meditation, many things that I do for myself in terms of the 7. But number 6 was key, very key for me, that one that I now appreciate. So I can now, as you know, how many now group I have. I have 46, breaking 46 organizations, an initiative. I have Europe not-for-profit. I created one in Santo Domingo. I have a couple of licenses. I'm getting my license in VR. So it's moved me to really master the number 6, synergize like no anybody else. Like I wanted to master this and go about synergies, about creating teams and doing together and finding help and creating talents and giving. It's very difficult because now, you have to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning and then you have to continue meeting. And one day you don't want to do anything, but now that you compromise, you have to show up. It's very difficult. It's better to do it by yourself because you are your own. You can do whatever. You can procrastinate. But when you compromise, you commit it on. You now need to show up. So habit 7 is the one that I'm continue practicing. The one that I'm gonna go back and read it to see that I can deepen into the habits more and more and synergize more and do more group, more activity, more organizations and things like that. So thank you, and let's take it back to you, Steve. You closed up.
Thank you for that, Dr. Pena. Yeah, that sometimes that can be the hardest part, the commitment, showing up. You know, just to commit to something that is very hard. We have many things that we try to commit to, diets, you know, like you said, business, everything. But that's the key part, and anything we do in life, that's how we forge relationships. You know, that's how we earn trust, and that's how we get things done through commitment. So we greatly appreciate that word, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So with that being said, I appreciate everyone here this morning. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you all for being vulnerable. Thank you all for just giving a piece of your time this morning. And everybody, just let's go out and be great. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Have a blessed day, Victor.